My name is Jessica Harper. I'm 31 years old. Last Thanksgiving, my mother raised her glass in front of 14 people, family, neighbors, friends from church, and said, "One daughter is a doctor. The other one, well, she cleans houses for a living." Everyone laughed. My sister smiled. My father looked at his plate. I didn't say a word. I just kept refilling water glasses because that's what they expected me to do. What they didn't know was that 3 weeks later, they'd be sitting in a ballroom with 600 people, watching me walk across a stage to accept an award they couldn't even pronounce. And the company I built, the one they knew nothing about, had been serving their favorite resort for 2 years. They just never thought to ask whose name was on the contract. This is that story. To understand that moment, you need to understand my family. We lived in Arcadia, in Phoenix, in a house that looked perfect from the outside. My mother, Laura, believed in appearances, status, and my older sister. My father, George, avoided conflict and always said, "Your mother just wants what's best." Then there was Vanessa, Dr. Vanessa Harper Collins, 34, successful dermatologist, perfect life, perfect family. Her husband, Brian, was a real estate attorney. 2 kids, big house. My mother posted about Vanessa constantly. Her bio read, "Proud mother of Dr. Vanessa Harper Collins." Just 1 daughter, as if I didn't exist. In our house, there was a wall of family photos, 12 frames. Vanessa was in 11, I was in 1, partially hidden. Growing up, I was always Vanessa's little sister. She was exceptional, I was average. And in my family, average meant invisible. When Vanessa graduated medical school, there was a huge party. When I got my certification, my mother said, "That's nice, can you pass the salad?" That was the difference. At 22, I started working at Vanessa's clinic. She called it a favor. I worked hard, long hours, no complaints, trying to prove myself. For 5 years, I gave everything. Then, one Monday morning, I was called into the manager's office and fired. No explanation, just performance concerns. I packed my things in silence. Vanessa didn't even look at me as I walked out. 2 weeks later, a coworker told me the truth. Vanessa had called me a liability, said I made patients uncomfortable. None of it was true. I sat in my car for hours that day. No job, debt, no support, and no way to tell my parents without sounding like I was attacking their favorite child. So I didn't tell them. Instead, I called my Aunt Margaret, the family disappointment, the only one who ever really saw me. She told me, "Don't let them see you break. And don't let them see you heal. Just live. One day, they'll see." I needed money, so I started cleaning houses. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid. My first client was an elderly woman living alone in a massive home. I cleaned, organized, helped her manage her life. She cried and said no one had ever helped her like that. That's when I realized something. Wealthy people didn't just want clean homes. They wanted someone who could quietly make their lives easier. So I built something. I started a concierge service, just me at first, then a small team. Long days, no shortcuts. Slowly, it grew. Clients turned into referrals. One opportunity led to another. Then, one day, I met Eleanor Whitmore, the owner of a luxury resort. She took a chance on me. That contract changed everything. Within 3 years, my company grew to dozens of employees and major contracts. Revenue climbed, but I stayed quiet. When my mother asked what I did, I said, "I clean houses." She never asked more. The only person who knew the truth was Aunt Margaret. Then came Thanksgiving 2025. 14 people. Same house, same roles. I stayed in the kitchen, helping, invisible. At dinner, my mother stood up for her speech. She praised everyone. Then she got to me. I have 2 daughters. One is a doctor. The other one, well, she cleans houses. Everyone laughed. Something inside me snapped. I stood up, thanked her for making my place in the family clear, and walked out. That night, I discovered something worse. Emails. A year and a half of conversations between my mother, my sister, and my aunt discussing how to manage me, exclude me, even plan that exact moment of humiliation. It wasn't accidental. It was deliberate. The next morning, I received an email. I had been selected for a major business award, a ceremony, 600 guests, press, recognition. I invited my family. They thought it was just another event. 3 weeks later, they sat in that ballroom, unaware. When my name was called, I walked on stage. I told my story, about being fired, about starting over, about building something from nothing, about being told I would never amount to anything. I didn't name them. I didn't need to. They heard it. The room stood and applauded. They stayed seated. Afterward, my mother found me. She asked why I never told her. I asked if she would have believed me or been proud. She had no answer. I'm not angry, I told her. I'm just done. In the days that followed, they called. Apologies mixed with excuses. I didn't argue. I didn't chase anymore. For the first time in my life, I stopped trying to earn a place that was never given. I didn't cut them off completely. I just stepped back. I built my life on my terms. Months later, one of the guests from that dinner reached out to apologize for laughing. We met. She became a close friend. Funny how life works like that. This story isn't about revenge. It's about freedom. For years, I waited for my family to see me, to value me, to choose me. They didn't. But I learned something. I don't need their permission to exist. I don't need their approval to succeed. And I don't need their love to know my worth. That night on stage, they finally saw me. But by then, it didn't matter. Because I had already learned to see myself.